Happy Tuesday, 21st day of May, 2024. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you're starting your day with us here on the NCW Life channel. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Overcast, 54 degrees, so it is mild. It was 46 when we started this show yesterday, but we're not going to warm up a great deal. Maybe another 10, 11 degrees. There's a system heading our way. It'll be here by early afternoon. As the day progresses, the clouds will be thickening up. They'll be lowering down in the atmosphere, in the sky, and there's some spittles of rain. Today, we really bottom out on Wednesday with a continuing chance of rain. The chance of rain is this afternoon, tonight, pretty much all day Wednesday. We're only going to get to about 60 tomorrow. Our normal high is about 73 or 74. Good looking Thursday, mixed bag Friday. In fact, the best day of the 3-day Memorial Day weekend as far as weather is concerned is going to be Monday, the day when most people head home from their 3-day weekend. Forecast details are on the way. I know it's important. A lot of people do outdoor things on Memorial Day, and they're more than welcome to do that. We will have the news. We will have sports. Congratulations to the Mariners. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning to beat my Yankees. I watched the whole game. We were looking, when I say we, I mean, you know I'm a Yankee. It was tough, but we got highlights anyway. And the spring sports season wraps up this week. Who gets to go first today? The golfers. They'll be all over Washington State. We'll let you know who golfers and what schools and where they're going to be playing at for the WIAA State Golf Championships, which begins today. We'll have that in sports. In the back half of the program, we're going to do the videos, the really cool videos that were put together by Central Washington University. You remember Nick Zentner, Nick on the Rocks, the series of 6-minute videos about how all these strange geological formations happened in our area. They shot a segment up in the Waterville-Mansfield area about those bizarre boulders that seem to just pop out of the earth out of nowhere. Where do they come from? Nick will talk about that, and how Saddle Rock came to be. They're great videos. We aired them, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months ago, and I really wanted to air them again. I thought, why not do it today? We'll have Nick on the Rocks, a couple of episodes from that in the back half of the program. Let's go. Let's do our tour. Columbia River looking a little dirty because all the area's streams that feed into the Columbia River are flowing out pretty good with the snow melt, so it's a little gloppy there on the Columbia River, as we expected this time of the year. Now remember, this time last year, in 2023, we had temperatures in the 90s, and the area rivers and streams were just cooking. The Anayath, the Okanagan River was flying high, the Methow was flying high, not nearly as bad this year as it was last year. Remember last year, all the serious water coming down? It's much more gradual this year, but the Columbia is a little on the murky side. Let's head on up to Hay Canyon. This is a good look about how the area is drying out. It was less than a week ago when all of those hills on the left-hand side of your screen were a vibrant green. Well, they're starting to brown out a little bit with the dry weather. We are a half an inch behind where we should be for rain this time of the year, but we may catch a little bit of a break with some much needed precipitation today, tonight, and tomorrow for that matter. But we're starting to brown out a little bit. To Lake Wenatchee, where nothing's browning out. It's nice and green up there, and look at Dirty Face. Just a couple of patches of snow left, and that's it. And of course, the snow continues to recede in the Cascades up where it feeds into the Little Wenatchee and the White River. At the top of your screen, good morning to Lake Wenatchee, and up to Billy Goat we go. There is the Methow flowing into the Columbia at Pateros. Hello, Bridgeport, although we can't see you. We saying hello to you anyway. And Brewster, and way off to the left, at the very tip top, that little protuberance there, that mountain is in Canada. That is one heck of a view from up Billy Goat way. Good morning to our friends in Omak and Okanagan. One slide to show for you from the National Weather Service. Just a friendly reminder, here comes a little bit of rain. Could be isolated rain at times. For you folks out in the Columbia Basin, you're going to have quite a bit of wind. We're going to be breezy on Wednesday and Wednesday night. No wind today, no wind Thursday. But Wednesday and Wednesday night, we're going to see some rain picking up. And we're going to see a little bit of wind. It'll be quite windy out in the Columbia Basin. Pretty much everybody in our viewing area is going to have at least some shot of rain. The best chance of rain, by the way, is going to be tomorrow. All right, from the National Weather Service, it looks something like this. This low pressure system packing some moisture moves in the latter half of the day today. And as we get through this Tuesday, we'll have a continuing chance of rain. Best chance of rain will be in the afternoon. We're not going to be real warm, 65, after topping off at 73 yesterday. Cloudy in the early evening hours, and then partly cloudy as the evening progresses. 46 for the overnight low, but we still have about a 40% chance of rain. Partly sunny Wednesday, but a continuing chance of rain. We can't rule that out. And we're only going to get to 58 on Wednesday. This is pretty cool air. It's going to come in there. And also breezy on Wednesday. So Wednesday, it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be a little rainy, it's going to be a little windy, and it's going to be very cool for this time of the year. Clouds will begin to part Wednesday night, although it'll still be breezy. Thursday, looking good. Sunshine and 71, partly sunny. Friday with a high of about 70. Saturday would cool down to only 66. Sunday of Memorial Day weekend up to 72. And again, Memorial Day itself looks great. Sunshine and 79. Nice weather to sit in your car and drive home. All right, that's the weather. When we come back, we'll have the news. You're watching a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the third Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Memorial Day is upon us, and it's time to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we might be free. As we remember, we need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group, for helping us bring you these programs. Town Auto Group, your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Take time out this Memorial Day weekend and remember. And thanks for watching your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour presented by Jersey Mike Subs at Town Toyota Center on June 16th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets.
8 minutes after the hour, it's pretty cloudy, 54 degrees. We'll have an increasing chance of rain as the day progresses. We'll only be in the mid-60s. We'll be lucky to get to 60 on Wednesday with a continuing chance of rain. And then things calm down and we'll see quite a bit of sunshine starting Thursday. A former Chelan County Sheriff's deputy who successfully sued the department for poor employment practices has settled her final lawsuit against Chelan County. The price tag, $1.5 million. Jennifer Tyler was fired twice, first by former Sheriff Mike Harum and then by former Sheriff Brian Burnett. In a 2018 lawsuit, a Douglas County jury awarded her $500,000, ruling that she was the victim of unlawful workplace retaliation. The next year, after she was fired by Burnett, the county paid her $455,000 to settle a second employment claim. The latest settlement puts an end to Tyler's 2019 federal lawsuit against Chelan County, alleging discrimination and civil rights violations. Sheriff Mike Morrison said the agreement helps the counties avoid further costs and uncertainties. Tyler's lawyer, Mary Schultz of Spokane, said, and I'm quoting now, "This administration has stepped up and owed its responsibility, and we hope that what was revealed can move the county sheriff's department forward." An East Wenatchee man charged with sex offenses against a child in 2 counties was found guilty on Friday in one of those counties. 42-year-old Michael Joshua Berggren was convicted by a Douglas County jury on 4 counts, including first and second degree child rape and first degree child molestation. The jury found Berggren used a position of trust to facilitate his crimes against a child beginning when the victim was 6 years old. The trial lasted 5 days. The jury deliberated for just over 2 hours. No sentencing date has yet been set. Authorities believe Berggren victimized the child in both Douglas and Chelan counties. That means he'll face a Chelan County jury in July on similar charges. The city of Wenatchee is coping with a sinkhole. There's a hole in the road at the intersection of 5th and Miller, specifically in the westbound lanes. When Public Works officials investigated, they found a sinkhole about 6 feet deep, large enough for a car to get into. Urban sinkholes can form when water pipes below street level become degraded and rot away. The city says a portion of the intersection will remain closed and equipment will be brought in to help determine the cause. In the meantime, the city of Wenatchee is asking motorists if you can avoid that intersection altogether until the sinkhole is repaired. They would appreciate it. The Quincy School District is thanking the Everett Police Department and the Everett Public Schools. Things went a little sideways during their overnight trip that they do every year. Quincy fourth graders, Quincy staff, Quincy parents, they left for their annual 2-day field trip to Seattle on May 16th, but were rerouted to Everett after a road rage incident closed I-5. At about 4:30 in the afternoon, Quincy field trip buses left the Pacific Science Center, and then they were stuck on the interstate until police were able to get them off the interstate to Everett High School. That was about 11 o'clock in the evening. Quincy School District Communications Coordinator Jessica Blancas said an Everett Police Department lieutenant had a contact for the Everett Public Schools. They got the two school districts together. The kids spent the night. Then they went on as scheduled the next morning and finally returned to Quincy that evening. Quite the adventure. The Brave Warrior Project, I think you're familiar with Erica Moshi's group. They're a local nonprofit helping individuals and families affected with developmental disabilities. They got themselves brand new headquarters out there in Old Station. I had Erica Moshi on this very program a few days ago to talk about the organization's plans for their new building and the grant money that they used to buy it.
A couple years ago, I applied for some funding, a grant funding called the Dan Thompson funding, and we were awarded that funding. But here in Wenatchee, commercial space is really difficult and hard to find, and so when this current space came along, we received the award for this funding, and a friend of mine reached out and said, hey, you know, we're looking to sell this building. It was a therapy service for kids with autism. They had sold the business, and the current owners of the business didn't want to purchase the building. They wanted to lease something more in the heart of town, and so the owner of the building called me and asked if Brave Warrior Project would be interested, not knowing that we had a grant. And so it just all kind of worked out. We closed in 30 days. They called us and we closed in about 30 days. It was kind of a whirlwind. The building has an upstairs and downstairs, so altogether it's about 5,000 square feet. We'll be utilizing the upstairs. We're doing a few minor renovations. It's very choppy right now, and not all of the upstairs is ADA accessible, so we're doing a few renovations to make it more ADA accessible, and then we'll utilize the space upstairs, which is about 2,500 square feet. A little tight, but it has a fully fenced backyard, and we're on a little over an acre, so our hope is that we'll be able to add some buildings and a space to that acre to really meet the needs of our community.
You have a place of your own, finally.
Exactly, yeah. We're very excited about it.
And the location is very good.
It's perfect, yes.
For you guys, it really is.
Yes, it's going to be great. We have lots of parking. The Link bus, we have a lot of participants that utilize Link services, and so we have lots of parking for them to get in and out. Lots of outdoor space. We have a fully fenced backyard that is larger than it looks, so we're pretty excited to get in there. We're going to add some therapeutic sensory gardens, therapeutic sensory play area. We really have big dreams for the center.
What's the timeline on moving out of where you're at now into the building you just purchased? Probably a while now, right?
Yeah, we're still kind of in the bid process of for construction and the remodel. We're hoping to wrap that up maybe this week and move forward. Then it'll be permitting with the city and then the construction itself. Our hope is to be in by October.
That's a pretty aggressive timeline,
yes,
Erica.
Yes, it is. So that's our hope. But yeah, like you said, permitting can take a while, but we're hopeful that we'll be in by October.
And it's not like you have to rip it down to your studs. I mean, it's
exactly.
just a lot of this is cosmetic. Some of it is structural work, but a lot of it is cosmetic work, right?
Exactly. There's one wall inside the facility that we want to open up, and then we just need to add another ADA accessible bathroom to just help make the flow go a little bit better as we start our programming in there.
And we have an update on the missing flag from atop the Senator George Seller Bridge It's back. You remember a few weeks ago, a passerby reported the flag was gone to the Washington State Department of Transportation. When DOT workers went to the top of the bridge, they found an osprey family nesting on the flagpole access. Well, DOT Communications Manager Lauren Loebsack said it was determined that a crew could be far enough away from the nest to get a new flag up there. The work would not disturb the birds. The crew was warned that they should come back down if the osprey made a run at them, but there was no issue. The flag was replaced in less than an hour. Loebsack said that the flag that used to be there was probably stolen. It appears that one of the attachments was cut. So there you go. Old Glory is back just in time for Memorial Day. And that's the news at 16 minutes after the hour. We'll have a newscast for you tonight so you can be informed about what's going on in the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Jefferson Robbins one more time in the anchor chair at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10 on TV. It'll be up and running on our Facebook page right around 5 o'clock, on our YouTube page, on our homepage, ncwlife.com. You can keep up to date with what's going on with our app. You can download our app right now if you want by picking up your smartphone and QRing away. And if something out there you think is newsworthy, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. One of the best victories of the year for the Mariners last night. For the Yankees, not so much. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Sports at 19 minutes after the hour. You can't run the clock out in baseball. You just can't. You gotta let the other team get a chance to score. That's how the game is played, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm watching the Yankees. They have a nice, comfortable 4-1 lead in the top of the ninth inning. They have one of the best closers in baseball on the mound, and then the Mariners scored 4 runs in the top of the ninth inning, and they beat the Yankees. Dramatic victory, 5-4. The Yankees' 7-game winning streak comes to an end.
That they really have to worry about is the American League Player of the Week. Yes, he's won it again, and that's Aaron Judge. He's been red hot. Driven deep to center field. Going back, J-Rod. He's going to play it off the base of the wall. He'll fire it into second. Moving to third is Soto. Judge is in at second with a double. Second and third, one man out for the Yankees.
The Yankees got runners moving. That's a pitch right there. He knows he could drive. Thought he could cruise into second base. Lucky for him, it's a double. This guy right now, he just keeps on going. And now you got the hot-hitting Verdugo coming up next.
Pitch, rocketed there, inside first, down the right field line. Soto scores. Judge coasts home behind him. Alex Verdugo comes through again.
From watching Soto this year, the third time around, seems like he's more locked in, he's seeing more pitches.
Hit sharply, base hit. Oh, he jumped on that. 96-mile-an-hour fastball and right through the right side, hitting 405 third time around. 1-0 to Judge. Broken back, single through the right side of the infield. Soto's going to stop at second.
Yankees with 2 on, 1 out. Alex Verdugo ready to step in.
Up the middle and through for a base hit. Soto rounds third. He's coming home. Rodriguez overruns the ball, allowing Judge to go to third. It's an RBI single for Verdugo. It's Verdugo 3 and the Mariners nothing.
Here's Dom Canzone, the pitch on the way, and a swing and a drive. Straight away center field and deep. Judge going back, going and going. It is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Dom Canzone right up the middle out to Monument Park here at Yankee Stadium. And the Mariners finally get on the board here in the top of the 8th. Canzone with home run number 4.
And a Rodriguez infield single, a rally walk, brings up Luke Raley as the tying run.
1 out, 2 on. Pitch on the way to Raley. Swinging a ground ball, slow roller up the middle. Charging the second baseman. Backhand of the ball, Torres. The throw to first, and he gets on by Rizzo. The Mariners are still alive here in the top of the 9th inning. And now the Mariners have the tying run on at second. And here's Mitch Haniger.
Slicing drive, sinking drive. Nobody's going to get it.
Holy smokes. Here comes Cal on the score. Would you believe it? These guys never give up. They're the Cardiac Kids tonight here in the Bronx. Raley is on at third. He represents the tying run of the ball game.
This is where you have to bear down as a closer. Understand you're still 1 pitch away of getting out of this and winning the game.
Swing and a fly ball into right field and deep. Going back, Soto to the warning track near the wall. He's there. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Raley.
Dominic Canzone with another RBI tonight. The Mariners have battled their way back to tie it here at Yankee Stadium.
Holmes' second blown save this season. Here's Ty France.
There you go, base hit. Mariners have the lead. It's 5-4 Seattle.
And the Cardiac Kids are still going here in the 9th.
So the tying run on base. 1 swing away from giving the Yankees a come-from-behind victory. Here's Judge. Strike 3. 101 miles an hour on the black.
Tip your cap on that one.
There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Mariners by a run here in the Bronx. The pitch from Mooney. Ground ball. Demo. That's the ball game. The Mariners rally to beat the Yankees in the stadium.
In New York, they simply call it the stadium. Anyway, I'll be in front of my TV again at 4:05 today. Brian Wu makes his 3rd start of the season against the Yankees. We'll go with Clark Schmidt. All right, American League West scoreboard pretty quiet. Of course, usually Mondays are. There's the Mariners score, and the Angels knocked out the Astros 9-7, but the Mariners remain in first place in the American League West. All right, the Spring Sports Championship season is underway beginning today, and golf gets to go first. The 4A Girls State Championships is at the Creek at Qualshon in Spokane. Great golf course. All 5 of the Eastmont varsity golfers will be there to try and take home some trophies. Lily Weigel, Kendall Reeser, Chloe Roberts, Mila Hugh, and Savannah Phillips. They tee off today. For the 4A girls, there are other golfers from our area. From Wenatchee High School, J.C. Mowbray and Eva Philippi. And Moses Lake sends us a couple of golfers to the 4A Girls State Championships, Addie Nightswanger and Jada Redford. For the 2A girls, 3 Afraida golfers will be at Meadowood and Liberty Lake, not far from Qualshan for that matter. Jamie Dwight, Ali Hilas, and Stella Bailey. And the 1A girls, OMAC has 4 golfers. They may place at state, including the Kristoff sisters, Callie and Kinsey, Haley Richter, and Delaney McNeil. And representing Cascade will be Ray in blue. And finally, the 1B, 2B girls is a combined tournament. It's at the Tumwater Valley Municipal Golf Club. Allison Bowden will be representing Manson. From Okanagan, it's Sky Hopkins. And from Elmira Cooley Heartline, Naomi Molitor. For the 4A boys, Eastmont has their full team there. Of course, Andy Hobson won the individual medalist at the district tournament last week. He gets to hit the first tee shot this morning at 7 a.m. In fact, they're playing right now, and he'll be playing with his teammates Cal Anderson, Lucas Pabst, Noah Whittle, and Landon Hackenmiller. That's the Eastmont contingent. Moses Lake sends all 5 of theirs as well. Mason Bradford, Isaiah Patino, Quentin Whittle, Grady Walker, and Kristen Mathis. The two-way boys, Freda has a couple of golfers at Liberty Lake, Tristan McNeil and Caden Weber. For the 1A boys, a golfer from Chelan, Carson Clinton, and 3 from OMAC, Josiah Sloan, Blake Sam, and Grizz Moore, and Bowden Highfield represents the Jackrabbits at Riverside Golf Club in Chehalis. And the 1B, 2B boys combined tournament, again at Tumwater Valley Municipal Golf Club. Representing Okanagan will be Nathan Bettinger and Zandel Friel. From Manson, it'll be Wyatt Winters. From Amavakuli Heartline, Jack Molitor, and Tarek Bush from Lake Roosevelt. And we'll let you know how they all do tomorrow. I'm going to have a busy afternoon keeping track of golf scores. I'm used to it. Don't worry about it. 26 minutes after the hour, any number of obscure holidays I could have chosen but didn't. For one thing, today is Talk Like Yoda Day. And if you really want to get on my nerves, talk like Yoda for a couple of minutes to me. It will work. National American Red Cross Founders Day. Clara Barton founded the American Red Cross on this day. National Strawberries and Cream Day. National Memo Day. I meant to write that down. International Tea Day. It's I Need a Patch for that day. It's World Mediation Day, in case you're not getting along with somebody, but no. Today, we celebrate the people who bring you your food. It's National Waitstaff Day, and there is no greater disparity of where you live and how much you get paid if you are a waitstaff member. That's the job. You could make a lot of money or very little money. It's kind of cattywampus. I'm a notorious over-tipper, so's Mike McNaughty, for that matter. I just do. I think when I go to a nicer restaurant where you know you're going to leave a tip, the maitre d' takes one look at me and gives me like 5-star service because he knows I'm going to tip big, because they do a job I wouldn't want to do. First of all, the hours are terrible. You have to work when nobody else is, you know, because you're going to go out to dinner on a Friday or Saturday or a breakfast right now, whatever. They have to work hours that are pretty cattywampus. Their pay is all over the board. That's why I always tip big time. And remember this, when you're figuring out a tip, a lot of organizations, and you can ask, most of them are pretty honest about it, a lot of them, the individual waiter or waitress doesn't keep the exact tip that you give them. It all goes into a communal pool, and then the wait staff and the cook, because after all, the cook was the one who made your meal. I mean, if you had a really good meal, you know, the wait staff didn't cook it, somebody else did. Sometimes you have to put it all in a communal pool and then split it up evenly. So keep up the good work, folks. National Waitstaff Day today. It's 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, Lucky Lindy did it. Took off from Roosevelt Island 33 and a half hours later. He landed at Le Bourget Field just outside of Paris, completing the world's first solo nonstop flight across the Atlantic. Of course, it had been done before. We've talked about this. This was not the first. That's one of the great misconceptions about Lindbergh. He wasn't the first to fly across the Atlantic. It had been done before many, many times. He was the first one to do it by himself. It takes 33 and a half hours. You got to stay awake for 33 and a half hours. The first thing Lindbergh wanted to do was go to sleep, which he did after he was mobbed by the crowd. Of course, it would make Charles Lindbergh a worldwide celebrity 97 years ago today. 53 years ago today, you can go to your local record store and buy that record. I checked last night. I have 5 copies of What's Going On. Most people think, isn't that 4 too many? I have the original release on Tomla from '71, and then I have a re-release, and then I have a master audio release, and then I have the Detroit mix. My good friend Tucker bought me, and then I have it like on CD and stuff like that. It's one of the landmark albums of all time. Rolling Stone magazine rated it as the greatest album ever, and it just may be. And it plays like an album, and that's one of the things I just love about What's Going On. The first album that Marvin Gaye was given complete artistic control from Motown Records. He produced it himself and wrote almost all the music. What's Going On hit record stores on this date in 1971. After 30 seasons on this date in 1992, Johnny Carson hosts his second to last Tonight Show, but it was the last Tonight Show with guests. His guests were Bette Midler and Robin Williams. The Friday following this was a Thursday. Of course, it was just Johnny, so this was the penultimate episode of The Tonight Show, because we always assume The Tonight Show, we associate it with Johnny and his guests. It aired on the state and NBC in 1992. And finally, 7 years ago today, at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, New York, after 146 years, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus had their very last performance with animals. They had been resisting, but they finally realized it just wasn't going to work anymore. Their last circus with animals 7 years ago today, and now they're back at it. The circus relaunched themselves without animals in September of last year. So it looked like it was all over for Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. They have since reformed. They're performing again. They just don't have any animals. They started that in September of last year. And birthdays. Perry Mason, well, Raymond Burr, anyway, he was in Godzilla, the American version of Godzilla. He was the newspaper guy, and Ironside and some made-for-TV movies. But everybody associates Raymond Burr with Perry Mason. In 1956, he auditioned for the role of Hamilton Berger, the district attorney. That was the role he auditioned for. The producer went to Raymond Burr after his audition and said, "We want you for Perry Mason, the lead role, #1. But you're fat. You're too fat. You're 60 pounds too fat. So I'll give you a chance." And Raymond Burr went on a crash diet, lost 60 pounds, auditioned for Perry Mason, the title role, and the big money, and he got the gig. And when Raymond Burr died in 1993, it turns out that his autobiography that he had written about 4 years ago was completely, totally false. He made pretty much everything up, but people took you at your word. For that day, Raymond Burr, born in the state in 1917. Happy 83rd to Bobby Cox, one of my favorite managers. If I was a Major League Baseball player, I think I want to play for Bobby Cox. He managed alone 4,508 games. That's pretty good. Won 5 pennants, won a World Series with the Braves, 4 times Manager of the Year. He's in the Hall of Fame. Best wishes to Bobby Cox. He's 83. And I pity the fool who doesn't celebrate Mr. T's birthday today. His actual legal name is Lawrence Turdad. He was the 12th of 12 children born in the projects of Chicago. It's crime and drugs and bullets flying everywhere. They lived in that terrible housing project. He and his mom and his dad and his 12 siblings, and he got out of there, and he said Mom kept the family together, as most mothers do. Mr. T is 72 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor. That would be Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They know what they're doing. Trust me on that. Speaking of knowing what they're doing, Pool to Spa Services. When you've been in business as long as they have, you have to know what you're doing or you don't make it. Pool to Spa Services on Worthing Street by the Pybus Public Market. And special thanks to our super duper sponsor, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, the main campus in Wenatchee, and their satellite campus in East Wenatchee. You want to buy a Bible from Donald Trump? Mike McNaughty is going to chime in on that. And we'll check in with Nick Zentner, 2 of the episodes of my very favorite episodes of Nick on the Rocks. Nick Zentner, the geologist at Central Washington University. How do those weird little bumps on the planet end up where they did in the Waterville-Mansfield area, and how Saddle Rock came to be? You're going to learn something today. So it's a very rare edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hey folks, this is Blueberry Carey bringing you a public service announcement. With today's fast pace, sometimes you just need to be reminded to just breathe. Come on out to Blueberry Hills and enjoy the panorama of beautiful blueberry fields and these gorgeous North Cascades mountains. Your food is always cooked fresh to order, and our down-home scratch country recipes are always well worth the wait. Our delicious breakfast dips, pies, and pastries await you and your family. So come on out to Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen, to the bath, to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters, from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Call After Hours Plumbing for all your water heating needs.
60 years ago, we opened up the first Abby's right here where I'm sitting.
All I wanted is people to show up.
We were trying to build pizza eaters is what we were trying to do, and it worked. We were very successful, and we were very happy about it.
Every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week, loaded with beef or chicken, onions, olives, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and lettuce. It's a pizza that you won't forget. Dine in or order online for takeout or delivery right to your door.
I chose Pinnacles because they give you a lot of opportunities for really fun field trips and activities.
It's a smaller school, so you feel more connected to other people.
My favorite thing about Pinnacles is definitely how we got to choose our elective.
I learn at my own speed. It's a place where people can be who they want to be, and they show that by using their epic values.
We choose Pinnacles because the staff is accepting.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNulty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, a political personality, a man suspected of planning on running for president, is selling Bibles. Okay, all right, a little look. I'm a fan of the Bible. I read some of it almost every day, and I do try, with limited success, I admit, to follow Jesus' teachings. But are we really expected to believe that this politician cum Bible salesman's motive is anything less than pandering to curry the favor of evangelicals? I mean, come on, gosh. Look, vote for the guy if you want to. But believing the shameless move with Bible sales is anything more than a brazen attempt to manipulate people is ridiculous. This is Mike Mad Dog McNulty, and that's my opinion.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous farmers market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Local cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
What does it mean to be curious? For my students, curiosity creates opportunities for a bigger and brighter future.
The golden wheat fields of the Waterville Plateau in northern Washington.
just like the plains of West Texas. And yet, boulders like these, thousands and thousands of haystack rocks, as they're known locally, are made out of basalt lava. There has to be a story to these boulders, right? There is. It's a 17,000-year-old story involving ice. So how are you supposed to make a living growing wheat if you have these incredible haystack rocks out in your fields? They're too big to move. Well, the farming has been done here for more than a century around the haystack rocks. So the boulders haven't been moved by the farmers, but the boulders themselves were moved. They were carried by the Canadian ice sheet. 17,000 years ago, the ice sheet crossed the border from the north. The ice sheet was at least 2,000 feet thick right here. And these boulders were picked up over by the Columbia River north of here, just a few miles. And the cliffs of that Columbia Gorge were made out of basalt lava rock. The ice sheet picked up pieces of the basalt, carried them a few miles, and set them here. It's almost like these haystack rocks have been carefully laid down on a string and plopped right here. But to confirm our story, to make sure it's an ice sheet story and not an ice age flood story or some other kind of story, let's look carefully underneath Jaeger Rock to look for specific evidence. This is Jaeger Rock, and this is Glacial Till, the key to the whole story. This deposit's almost like a nest underneath Jaeger Rock. And the deposit itself has a sandy matrix to it, this kind of gray stuff. But there's rocks within this that are kind of polished, angular to subrounded. Most of them are basaltic in nature. There's no layering, there's no organization to this stuff. This is poorly sorted rock in glacial till. If you go to Antarctica today or Greenland today, you'll find glacial till like this being deposited during our lifetime. So here on the plateau, it's 17,000-year-old glacial till. The ice is gone, but the evidence remains that the ice sheet was right here near Mansfield, Washington. Haystack rocks, glacial till, okay, yeah. But the most famous and beautiful features is also a glacial deposit here on the plateau, the Withrow Moraine. An incredibly delicate linear ridge composed of glacial till and haystack boulders. And to the south of the moraine, there are no boulders. The ice never got the southern half of the Waterville Plateau, but north of the moraine, boulders everywhere. So the moraine shows us the precise southern margin of the Canadian ice sheet. And 17,000 years ago, from the moraine north, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 feet of ice. But south of the moraine, no ice history at all. The moraine, the haystack rocks of the Waterville Plateau, a 17,000-year-old record of ice in Washington State.
This series was made possible in part with the generous support of Pacific Science Center.
Memorial Day is upon us, and it's time to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we might be free. As we remember, we need to thank our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, for helping us bring you these programs. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air? Call Alpine Air. Take time out this Memorial Day weekend and remember. And thanks for watching your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
Nah.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
The family at the Eplodolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Eplodolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Eplodolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Eplodolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour. The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Spring is here at the Chelan Ridge Winery. Check out the all-new deck area, enjoy an amazing view, new vintage wines, and that down-home hospitality Chelan Ridge is famous for.
Wine Girl Wines is already famous for wine, beer, and great entertainment. And now they have added craft cocktails to the list of food and drink, so pop on by our Manson location for some good old-fashioned fun.
What does it mean to be curious? For my students, curiosity creates opportunities for a bigger and brighter future.
Wenatchee, Washington is down there on a perfect late spring evening. And this is Saddle Rock, a pinnacle of volcanic lava that looms above the Columbia River. There's more than Saddle Rock. There's many of these pinnacles that are 44 million years old. That's a new date from new research. What kind of rock is up here? What kind of volcano story can be told by studying Saddle Rock? Hint, it's older than the Cascade volcanoes. Okay, top of Saddle Rock. This is rhyolite, and rhyolite is very stiff lava. This is not the kind of volcanic rock that you typically see in the well-known Cascade volcano line like Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens. It's a pink volcanic rock with these little white chunks inside, little smoky quartz crystals. Well, this is very stiff, sticky lava. And so each of these pinnacles is a rhyolite dome, a squirt of very toothpaste-like magma. It was part of a very explosive volcanic system. Saddle Rock, beautiful pinnacle. There's a whole family of these volcanic outcrops, including this one here. This is Wenatchee Dome, just like it sounds, a dome of lava. But there's a specific story about all of these outcrops. They tell the same story with age and chemistry. Let's look a little bit more carefully at this volcanic outcrop and try to put a story together. Saddle Rock, 44 million year old rhyolite. Wenatchee Dome, same stuff. Castle Rock, Black Thumb, Rooster Comb. If this is too old for the Cascades and it's rhyolite, what should we be visualizing for this area at that time? This is a welded tuff. It's the result of a pyroclastic flow, an ignimbrite, an ash flow tuff. Those phrases all mean the same thing. The most explosive, dangerous, ground-hugging hurricanes of ash, rock, gas, coming to rest, welding in place with a volcanic vent close by. This is much closer to a supervolcano story than it is a composite cone volcano. We're still trying to work out the details of if there's a supervolcano here, or where the vents are, or what the volcano actually looked like. But it's major progress to realize that all of these pinnacles at Wenatchee tell the same story. So yes, this is a volcano story, but no, this is not volcanoes standing on this landscape for 44 million years. Let's not get carried away. This is an underground story. So these pinnacles of rhyolite lava were actually underground, fingers of magma working their way up through soft sandstones. Some of them got to the surface and exploded violently. But these pinnacles are the result of eroding soft sandstone over the last 44 million years, and what's left standing? These fingers of frozen magma that today preside over Wenatchee, Washington.
This series was made possible in part with the generous support of Pacific Science Center.
For more than 60 years, Crown Furniture and Mattress has been making North Central Washington the most comfortable place to live, one home at a time. We're offering store-wide savings and closeouts. Save on recliners, mattresses, dining, sofa and loves, occasional tables, and bedroom groups. Some items discounted to employee pricing. There's no better time to purchase quality at a great price. Limited to stock on hand. See us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue, across from Stan's.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Pick up your fresh, locally grown produce at the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 to 1. Apricots, cherries, asparagus, green beans, broccoli, raspberries, strawberries, kale, peas, beets, and starter plants, plus original arts and crafts, soaps, candles, plants, and goodies to snack on. Meet and support local farmers, growers, artisans, and craft makers at the Pybus Public Market.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
It is raining lightly here in the Wenatchee Valley. It has been raining lightly for about the last 35, 40 minutes or so. We were at 55 degrees, and what's going on right now is pretty much what's going to happen today. We'll do all those details in just a couple of seconds, but first, a couple of quick programming reminders while I have a minute or two. We will have Monday off. We will not be here on Memorial Day. We traditionally give Memorial Day off, so we actually have a 3-day weekend around here, which is a rare treat. So there'll be special programming next Monday. There won't be a Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. There won't be a Street Talk and other stuff. There won't be, the evening news, all the usual programming that we bring you. We'll be bringing you special programming on Memorial Day. Wanted to mention that. And for the rest of the week, we got some pretty good stuff lined up. First of all, tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be checking in with Ed Nags as he continues his opening day run. I checked. He is in Washougal this morning, which means when we check in with Ed tomorrow, he may have crossed the Columbia River into Oregon as he continues his month-long run from Wenatchee to Corvallis, all 419 miles. We'll check in with Ed Nags tomorrow. Allie Shank will be joining me. Speaking of Ed Nags, Allie Shank for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. We'll be checking in with her as well. And it's been a long time since we said hello to Clarkie, Chris Clark, associate head coach of the Wenatchee Wild. They keep busy in the off season. It's not like they run off to their hammocks and their swimming pools and do nothing when the Wild aren't playing hockey. That's not true at all. We'll check in with Chrissy Clark before this week is out as well. And tomorrow, by the way, Winning Wednesday, we'll be back too on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Now I got all that housekeeping out of the way. One quick slide to show for you, and it's what's going on. Starting today, actually right now, it's starting to move in, a wet low-pressure system. It's not packing a big punch. It's going to get us some rain, and it's going to cool us down quite a bit. Then we take a break on Thursday, and then another weather system moves in on Friday and Saturday. Things look a little unsettled for Memorial Day weekend, with the exception of Memorial Day itself, which looks fantastic from the National Weather Service. Here we go. We're going to top off at 65 today. We hit 73 yesterday. Again, it's cool and it's wet. Relative humidity is going to be quite high because we're going to have some light rain off and on for the rest of the day today. And obviously, when you're talking about rain, you're talking about clouds. Again, a high of about 65. Clouds will thin out a little bit tonight, but we still have a 40% chance of precipitation, 46 for the overnight low, 50% chance of some light rain on Wednesday. We'll see some sun breaks. It's not going to be very warm. Look at that, only 58 for the high on Wednesday. Also a little breezy at times on Wednesday and Wednesday night with an overnight low of 46. As I already mentioned, Thursday looks pretty good. Lots of sunshine, high of about 71, and into the weekend proper. Friday, partly sunny, slightly cooler than normal, about 66. Closer to normal on Sunday. Monday looks great. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Couldn't ever read, write, talk, or anything.
Join us on a campus dedicated to some very special students as we follow them from the classroom to graduation day and into the working world.
Nice job, Sash. Very good.
Their inspirational journey to exceed everyone's expectations, including their own.
Let me guess, you didn't need as much help as you thought you did.
Yes.